And welcome to Crafting with Jane. I'm doing cards and things today, and again I've been given a lovely set by Creative Expressions by a dear friend of mine, and it's all sorts of animals and things like that, which I thought were really sweet. It's meant for autumn, sort of pumpkin time, etc., but I thought that I would sort of change it a little bit, put maybe greetings instead of fall greetings, because we say autumn in the UK. I'm not using pumpkins and things because it's not that time of year, but what I did was I stamped out some of them. I wanted to use this background, which is another one that we did a while ago, and make it sort of getting out in the garden, the beginning of the year time. So I've done this little bear to start off with, and I've done him with a pot of honey. So he's going to go on there. I've got a wheelbarrow. He's going to go on there. And then I've got some other bits that I've just stamped and I haven't coloured yet. So I thought we could do some of that together. I'm combining this set with one called Under My Umbrella, which is an old Stampin' Up one, which I know a lot of you have got old Stampin' Up sets. So if you've got this one, I'm using the Wellington boots from there. And I'm using a couple of the flowers because I want some flowers in my wheelbarrow. So I'm going to use alcohol markers for these. The Wellington boots I'm going to have in green. And I think I'm going to have them. They're probably going to end up the same. They're going to end up the same colour. What other greens have I got? Yes, I think they are. But I'm going to try and do it slightly different. So let's do these Wellington boots to start off with. So I'm literally just, I think, is this the light one? Yes, it is the light one, so that's fine. I'm literally just, because I'm going to be cutting them out, so it doesn't matter in the colouring. Whether it goes slightly outside the edge, because I'm going to be cutting it out. So I try and keep it inside. Okay, so I now need to do my dark on them, and we're going to have the dark in on this side, down on here, and we're going to have the dark coming in on here, like that. And then we're going to take the light again. No, we're not. We're going to take the mid-tone and we're going to blend it all in. So I can have the Wellington boots looking quite Wellington boot-like. There we go. Right, now while I've got these out, I want to do the little flowers. So I'm going to take, I need to have some little leaves, don't I? So have I got another little greeny one? This one I think will be quite nice as a greeny one. Let's see if I can get this out. So we're just going to have these little bits for the leaves. And again, I'm not overly fussed because I'm going to be cutting it out. And then the flowers are going to be, what colour should we have the flowers? Should we have them pinky colour, I think? Don't know whether these are, let's go with the middling one on this one and see what they're like. Oh, they're quite pretty, aren't they? Because we're sort of springtime, so I want them to be sort of little spring flowers. I'm just taking those down. So my little dog's dreaming, so she's just making little barking noises because she's got little squeaking noises. Right, those are quite pretty and spring-like, aren't they? Now I just need to put a yellow in on the centre. So I'm going to use this bright yellow here. I'm not giving you the colours because it doesn't really matter. Just use what you've got. You know, we just need to have a yellow in there, and then that's that. Oh, I've got these little birds as well. Now, what colour shall I have the birds? If they're going to be in the, just sort of hopping about in the garden, they should really just be little, I think I'm going to do them just grey, I think probably. I don't want them to be overly, almost like little sort of blackbirdy type birds maybe. There we go. I don't want them to be overly stand out too much, shall we say. So I'm just doing them as like little blackbirds. I know I'm doing them grey, but in the grand scheme of things in the UK they'll be little blackbirds. So they need to have little yellow beaks, and then we're done on those. And as I say, I'm not fussing too much with the cutting out. So we want the little yellow, don't we, just for the beaks. That's going to be a bright yellow. Like that. Okay, so I think that's probably what we need to do. Oh, I still want to have the greetings on there, don't I? So let's take these out, and I'm just going to, right, I need to put my glasses. What have I done with them? Right, I'm getting so short-sighted for cutting out and stuff that I have to wear glasses now. When I'm able with my glasses, I can cut out beautifully because I can see what I'm doing. So it makes a big difference. But you do need to, you know, if you've got great eyesight, fantastic. But as we get older, our eyesight doesn't get so better. So I'm using glasses that you can just buy at the local shop. They're like magnifiers, so they just give you a little bit of extra. So you can see what you're doing a little bit easier, which makes a big difference for me. So these little legs are very, very tiny, so I'm actually just going to cut them off. And I'm just going to have the birds sort of sitting down rather than, they could even be doves, couldn't they? Strange looking little doves, but I don't think these little legs just, might be able to try and do one on here and just see how that comes out, but I think it's a bit small and I don't want to be here cutting out the whole time, but we can have a bit of a natter. So hope you're all doing well with the spring around on the corner and the weather hopefully not too bad for you all wherever you are. We seem to be having so much rain and things these days that you know, it is that sort of roll on spring when it's nice warmer weather rather than the cold weather that, and the wet and the windy weather. My goodness, we've had so many storms this year, different name storms, and it's quite nice to not have windy weather. But then I suppose, you know, we do need to have all sorts of different types of weather, and it comes at different times. It's supposed to be something to do with the jet stream. If the jet stream is whizzing about, then we get different times when it's either nice or it's not. So and you can see on here I'm not overly fussing on this because they're going to go into the basket, so all I'm doing is literally just going round on here. But I say sometimes fussy cutting, I know some of you like it, some of you don't, but it's the sort of thing that I tend to do if I'm doing lots. I will, as this one, I've stamped all the images and then I'm just going to cut them all out, so I've got some of the other lovely little characters in there as well. Whereas for this, I'm not overly fussed on it. Now, I don't know, I was going to have quite a lot of jars of honey about, but I don't know whether I am. I might have just flowers in the wheelbarrow. I want to have another couple so that it makes the bear. I always think of Bears and Honey from Winnie the Pooh. Not the Walt Disney one, but the traditional AA Milne drawings by Shepherd, which I think are just absolutely lovely. I love the Winnie the Pooh characters, the original ones. So I always think of bears and honey, so I thought, right, we should have, particularly as it's a bear with a hat on. It's a character, so it's going to have jars of honey and things about. So I'm just going to put these on. I don't know whether I'm going to use all of them, but as I say, you can see I'm literally just doing it as quickly as I can. But I know that a lot of you just like make yourself a cup of coffee, sit down, listen to me rabbiting on, and either before your day, because I know that some of you are catch me before you go off to work in the morning, because I always put my videos up at 7 o'clock in the morning UK time. And then I know for some of my other subscribers in America and Canada and all the way around the world, Australia and New Zealand, that you catch me at different times. Sometimes it's last thing at night before you go to bed. Other times it's different times. So I don't think I'm going to have too many jars of honey. I might just have a couple. I was looking for a little stamp. I'm sure I've got a little stamp somewhere that's got honey, the word honey on it, but I couldn't find it. So I might have a little, you know what it's like when you've got hundreds of stamps and you go like, oh, I need a stamp that's got honey on it. We need 3 because we need to do everything in 3s, because I like to do things in 3s. And then once I've just done this one, we should be there. So it hasn't been too long. You can always speed the video up, although telling you now, you've probably sat with me through it all, or you've sped it up and you've missed it all anyway. So whichever way is good for you. So those ones I can do later. They can go into my rubbish bin. Okay, so let's have a look and see. We've got this lovely background, and I need to put something round to edge it. I think I'm just going to use black, dark black Posca pen, which is the thing, rather than mounting it, because it's quite a wide one. Is that? They're little ones, aren't they? I want the big ones. Here we go. Get my big ones. I know a lot of you have been asking about the Posca pens and things. I'm sure you can probably get them from Amazon. I get them in my local, anybody that's local, or in the UK, you can get them from Robert Dyer's has got Ryman's in them now. So Ryman's is a stationery department, and or a stationery store that's now inside Robert Dyer's. So if you are about in the UK, pop into your Robert Dyer's where they've got a Ryman's, and they always have them on good discounts, so that you quite often get 20% off, 25% off, something like that, which I think is really good. So it's worth having a little look. Okay, that's better. That's just given it a nice edge on there. So that's that bit done. I'm not splattering or anything on this because we don't need to, but I am going to just tidy that bit up so that it doesn't come on, because I've got a white card base, and the last thing you want is for that to come on the white card base. So I think I can actually just stick it straight on here now, can't I? So let me just pop this in like this and grab some glue on the back. And put that in like that. And I think we're gonna have it that way up, or we're gonna have it that way, this way. There we go. So that's gonna come in like that, and that gives a lovely background. And I just realized, having had a look at the back of it, I didn't make this background. This was actually, somebody sent me a card, and as I say, I don't waste anything. There was it was just something to use, and so that's where it was. Now I'm going to put this, because it's sort of gardeny. We've got our wheelbarrow's going to come in on the front like this, and I want my Wellington boots are just going to sit there, I think. So we'll have Wellington boots there. We'll have the wheelbarrow back a bit. We'll have him back there. Okay, so we want to just put some, let's start sticking some of this down. I'm not going to glue it. I'm not going to stick it up, because I just want to have it as it is, because I'm going to mail it. And it's one of those things that if you put too many dimensions up, I know the last card I did a little bit of dimension, but this one I think will work just being all stuck down, because there's so many different elements. So we'll have the bear. He's going to come up here like that. Then we're going to have the wheelbarrow. I do like doing little scenes sometimes, so that's going to come down there. And then the Wellington boots can come in the bottom, because you can't go into the garden in the spring and do any gardening without your wellies on, because it's too wet. So that's going to come down there. Okay, so now we've got little flowers to come in on the wheelbarrow. So I'm going to stick these ones in. I think, oh, I might have to just ease this up a little bit. Now, this is a very good thing if you've got these, this take your pick tool, which I've had for a long time. In fact, I've got bits of sparkle and stuff on. I use it as a spatula as well, so you can see it needs a bit of a clean, but it's very good for just easing in underneath a little thing when you just want to take the edge up just a bit like that, to just lift it, to put the little, whoops, the little flower in. So we'll have this little flower in like that. And then we'll have, if we got, is that the same? That's a different one, isn't it? Is that the same as that one? I can't see. That must be different then. No, that's the one that's different. So I'm just going to take this. I might just have 2 in here, because I think 3 will be too many. So we'll have the little flowers in there like that. Then that can go down. Now, we were going to have the honey as well, weren't we? Says me just having pressed it all down. Yeah, we'll probably just have 1 jar of honey, I think. And we'll just pop that in there. And I might just tuck another one just down in on the bottom there. That's why I always do a few too many, because you never know where you want to just tuck a little. There we go. Like that. That's good. So we've got that coming out of there. I want the little birds, but I also wanted greetings, didn't I? Quite like just greetings. So I'm going to take this out, pop it on here. I don't need the full bit, but it doesn't matter, because I can, oh, look at that, there's a little piece of paper that's just fallen out. It'll be perfect. So let's do this in black. So I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black, and I can take both of the words like that. And then I can just put them, and then I can just cut out the greetings There we go. Just pop that there. I don't need to worry about doing that to start off with. I've got little birds to go in as well. So let's just take that out of there. And then we'll take this bit on here. Don't know why I'm doing the full bit. We don't want the full, do we? We just want greetings. There we go. That's perfect. Just pop that down there like that. I can do a little edge around it when I want to. So let's do this. So that can come in like that. Whoops. And then we've got these little birds, haven't we? So I've got one which is, might have one just sitting in on the wheelbarrow, actually, sitting on the Wellington boots will be quite good, because then if he sat in, his legs don't need to be showing. Sure, I've got a little beak done. Right, now we'll put this little one in here. Like that. So that's in on the Wellington boot. That can be just sat up in on the flower. Which is quite nice. Get the glue out. Come on, little bits of glue. So this one can be perched on that little flower like that, or that little leaf. Like that. And then do I put this one up in? That one can go in on there, can't it? The power of 3. Little triangle as well. So that's worked quite nicely. So we'll just put him up in on just on the edge of the greetings. Like that. Well, I think that looks quite good. I just need to use my fine Posca pen to just go round the edge of the greetings to just make sure that that's got a little bit of a border around. Always use the small one because I don't want to use a large one. And then we can just take this like that. That. Like that. Like that. There we go. Well, I think that's quite fun. I quite enjoyed doing that one with the little bits, and I think that's quite nice, isn't it? Out in the garden, honey, wellies, greetings. I think that makes a great fun card. So hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.